WJTS News, I'm Charlotte Olson. Last night, Greater Jasper Consolidated Schools Superintendent Dr. Tracy Loy, along with Scott Steffenagel of the Steffenagel Group of Jasper and also Dale Wagner of Indianapolis-based Gibraltar Design, presented the Greater Jasper School Board with a district-wide feasibility study for Greater Jasper schools. The study is a look at the general condition and needs of the corporation's current facilities, both from a physical standpoint as well as from an educational needs of these facilities standpoint. The study looked at and broke down several different systems that are within a school facility, such as dealing with the site, such as mechanical issues, technology needs, learning spaces, among many other issues. Through the study by Steffenagel, the report assesses the current condition of those systems and what may be their life expectancies before determining whether or not these systems meet current standards for construction or improvement. Lorai says that the corporation over the years has made big investments in the corporation's current facilities and needs to make sure that they are maintained and are functioning properly for student needs.
So what we would like to do with that is to take that information and pair that up with what we know the needs are going to be, looking at what our financial capacity for meeting those needs would be, and then strategically planning over the next 5 to 10 years how we will address the physical needs of the facilities along with the educational needs. So in light of what we're learning, we want to take those pieces of information and put a strategic plan into place of how the district will address them.
Lorai says one of the bigger concerns is addressing the needs of current facilities versus looking at alternatives.
The elementary schools in particular, because of their age and because of the lack of substantial addressing those needs over time, really present the biggest concern. And then looking at weighing the difference between what limitations or what pros and cons there are to the current sites as opposed to looking at maybe addressing it in a creative way.
Lorai says she and the board will need to look deeper into the information as well as the financial health of the corporation and the ability to address its needs financially before any further decisions will be made. Officials with the town of Ferdinand say that electricity went out Monday afternoon for approximately 2.5 hours for a large segment of the community. This was due to a failed recloser at the electric substation. Ferdinand Town Manager Chris James says that electric crews were issued to the site and did continue to work until power was restored around 4:00 p.m. The affected area involved a portion of Main Street along with the traffic light at 9th and Main Streets. Ferdinand police monitored and also assisted with traffic control during the outage. The Indiana House of Representatives voted Monday in support of legislation co-authored by State Representative Mike Braun to attract, retain, and improve Indiana's workforce. House Bill 1008 would create the Workforce Ready Grant for high-value certificates from either Ivy Tech Community College or Vincennes University. These grants would cover any remaining costs after state and federal financial aid for a student pursuing certification in high-demand, high-wage fields. The bill also seeks to increase enrollment in Adult Student Grant, which encourages and helps adults to go back to college to complete their degrees.
Although Indiana leads the nation for its business climate and regulatory environment, we currently do have a shortage of highly trained and skilled workers to fill the positions being created. In order to strengthen the state's workforce, it's critical we better align education and training with current and future employer needs. This bill would provide incentives for Hoosiers to obtain a degree or certificate in high-wage, high-demand fields, while also working to streamline the state's workforce development programs.
Braun said that the legislation requires the governor to develop a comprehensive workforce development plan to reconstruct state workforce programs. In addition, the bill would require specific and uniform success metrics for all workforce-related programs within Indiana. Along with annual reporting requirements to the governor and legislator, this would provide a better picture of the state's return on investment for those programs as well as identifying areas that need improvement. This bill now moves to the Senate for further consideration. Two Du Bois County law enforcement agencies say that they will once again be joining efforts with over 250 Indiana state and local agencies to increase education and enforcement around dangerous and impaired driving. Officers with the Jasper Police Department and deputies with the Du Bois County Sheriff's Department, along with officers across the Hoosier State, will conduct high-visibility saturation patrols specifically designated to identify and intercept those driving aggressively and under the influence in an effort that will kick off this Friday, March the 3rd, and continue through Sunday, March the 26th. In a joint statement, Deputy Tim Lampert with the Du Bois County Sheriff's Department and Jasper Assistant Police Chief Nathan Schmidt say that in a state known for basketball hysteria, March is a time of celebration and fun here in Indiana. They add that when you throw in St. Patrick's Day as well, they say it's critical that officers drive home the message that the only way to celebrate is to celebrate responsibly. Schmidt and Lampert say for that reason, officers will be working day and night across the state, looking out for their fellow Hoosiers, because if they do see you driving dangerously or impaired, they will pull you over. The statewide enforcement effort during the month of March is supported by federal funding allocated to Jasper Police Departments and the Du Bois County Sheriff's Department, and this is allocated from the Traffic Safety Division of Indiana Criminal Justice Institute. A number of officers with the local departments will work overtime to help conduct observational patrols and sobriety checkpoints around the clock. The Indiana Criminal Justice Institute says that in March of last year, there were 495 alcohol-related crashes across Indiana, which resulted in 231 injuries and 11 fatalities. Additionally, during this same period, crash reports indicated that 1,128 collisions occurred due to dangerous driving, resulting in 260 injuries and 2 fatalities. The Institute says that dangerous driving includes factors such as speeding too fast for weather conditions, distracted driving, and drivers who fall asleep or who are fatigued. Anyone who observes erratic driving is encouraged to call 911 and to please be prepared to give a much detailed information such as color and or make of vehicle, license plate number, or which roadway this vehicle is traveling on and the direction of travel. Supporting legislation that protects our Second Amendment rights has always been a priority of District 48 State Senator Mark Messmer. The Jasper Republican says that this year the Indiana General Assembly has discussed several bills related to gun ownership, with some passing the Senate this week. Senate Bill 43 would allow employees of a state prison facility to store their firearm and ammunition in a locked case in a locked vehicle on the facility's property. Messmer says the bill would also allow General Assembly staff who have a valid handgun license to carry a handgun within the State House and also on State House grounds.
Currently, state senators and representatives are allowed to carry a handgun on State House grounds and within the State House, but employees are not. Many times, these employees leave the building late at night or arrive early in the morning and have to walk a couple of blocks to their vehicle. With this bill, an employee would be able to carry a handgun to ensure they are able to protect themselves while traveling to and from work.
Meanwhile, Senate Bill 344 would make it a level 6 felony for any illegal alien to possess any firearms. Right now, it's against the law for an illegal alien to carry a handgun, but they are able to possess and own a long gun or shotgun. Messmer says that the bill would close that loophole, making it against the law for an illegal alien to possess any type of firearm.
I firmly believe in an individual's right to carry a gun and to protect themselves when they are a United States citizen and follow the established laws. I feel these bills are a sensible approach to gun policy in Indiana. These bills have recently passed the Senate and will now move on to the House of Representatives for further consideration.
As always, you can contact Messmer's office directly with your questions and concerns by email at senator.messmer@iga.in.gov or give him a call at 800-382-9467. Make sure to keep it here, because up next we'll take a look at your weather summary.